I'm going crazy.
Hello, welcome to movie.com. Get ready for a thrilling summer with our selection of 7 best suspense thriller movies to watch in July 2025. We have the best thriller movies that will keep you guessing till the end. So, grab some popcorn, dim the lights, and get ready for a thrilling summer ride. Check it out.
The Ugly Stepsister.
I'm going crazy.
Some horror films shock with blood, while others unsettle with silence. But The Ugly Stepsister does both, and adds a twisted layer of fairy tale satire that'll stick with you. Written and directed by Emily Christine Blichfeldt, this Norwegian body horror gem reimagines the Cinderella myth through a grotesque feminist lens. Set in a grim, fairy tale-like 19th century kingdom, the story follows Elvira, played by Leah Myron, who is the so-called ugly stepsister. She spent her life being overlooked, while her stepsister, Thea Sophie Loch Ness, is everything the world deems beautiful. Determined to change that, Elvira embarks on a horrifying journey of self-modification, enduring graphic surgeries, a stitched eyelid scene that's borderline unwatchable, and even swallowing a tapeworm to get thinner, all to win the prince's affection. But The Ugly Stepsister isn't just shock for shock's sake. The film is praised for its bold commentary on beauty standards, identity, and the pressure to transform yourself to be seen. It is the most disturbing Cinderella reimagining ever made that will not just end as a horror but will provide you with enough food for thoughts. Bring her back.
The spirit stays in the body for months after death.
Directed by the Philippou brothers, Bring Her Back is an Australian supernatural horror film that landed in theaters in May 2025. The story centers on two half-siblings, Andy and Piper, played by Billy Barrett and Sora Wong. After finding their father dead in the shower, 17-year-old Andy and his blind younger stepsister Piper are sent to live with their foster mother Laura, portrayed chillingly by Sally Hawkins. Soon after arriving, the children begin to uncover dark secrets about Laura. They find their mother doing occult rituals with a goal to resurrect her deceased daughter. What makes Bring Her Back stand out is its slow-building tension and eerie atmosphere. The filmmakers use unsettling visuals inspired by VHS horror aesthetics to create a sense of dread that sticks with you long after the credits roll. Hawkins delivers a deeply unsettling performance as the foster mom, hiding sinister motives, while the kids' performances add emotional weight to the story. If you enjoy horror that's more about atmosphere and mystery than jump scares, Bring Her Back is a fresh entry to 2025's lineup. Hard Eyes.
What was...
Why would he say that?
Hard Eyes is a Valentine's Day themed slasher rom-com released on February 7th, 2025. The film is set in Seattle on February 14th, where a serial killer known as Hard Eyes is on his mission. The killer has moved to different cities in the United States, killing multiple couples on Valentine's Day. This year, Allie and Jay, two co-workers, are mistakenly targeted as a couple by the masked Hard Eyes killer. The film stars Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding as Allie and Jay, while the supporting cast includes Gigi Zumbato, Michaela Watkins, Devin Sawa, and Jordana Brewster. Directed by Josh Rubin, the film delivers over-the-top gore with inventive kills, mixed with witty banter and slow-burn romance. Viewers and reviewers most agree that it's a solid Valentine's Day horror pick. If you enjoy slasher flicks with a rom-com twist and creative kills, Hard Eyes comes with a bloody good time. Companion.
The moment we locked eyes,
Companion is a sci-fi horror thriller directed and written by Drew Hancock, starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. As a couple on a weekend getaway, the story follows Josh and Iris on a weekend getaway with friends at a secluded lakeside estate owned by Sergei. Tension builds as Iris grows increasingly uneasy, especially around Josh's controlling nature and Sergei's shady behavior. When one of the guests ends up dead, the twist hits hard where Iris comes out as a companion robot designed by Josh, programmed to obey his demands.
I know it's gonna sound cheesy, but
This low-budget film cleverly blends horror, dark comedy, and sci-fi commentary. Sophie Thatcher delivers a standout performance, shifting from obedient android to a fiercely independent, self-aware being. Jack Quaid, as the controlling Josh, nails that creepy nice guy facade, turning increasingly menacing. Companion is engaging and unsettling in equal parts. If you're into tight, thought-provoking horror with social commentary and a killer's central performance, this ride is worth it. Presence. Directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by David Koop, Presence hit the U.S. theaters on January 24, 2025. This subtle supernatural thriller stars Lucy Liu, Chris Sullivan, Kalina Leong, Eddie Madej, and Julia Fox. The film's premise is simple yet effective. A grieving family moves into a suburban home and begins to suspect that they're not alone. Unlike most horror films, this one often assumes the ghost's perspective, watching the family from dark corners and hallways.
You wonder where they are. And you wonder what it would be like if you were there too.
This silent observational approach builds unease without relying on obvious jump scares, making each creak and shadow feel personal. The film is applauded for its minimalist storytelling and tension. If you like creeping dread and cinematic experimentation over loud scares, Presence delivers a deeply unsettling experience. For fans of intelligent, mood-driven ghost stories, this film offers a haunting, artful ghost story that lingers long after you leave the theater. Final Destination, Bloodlines.
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Final Destination, Bloodlines is the sixth installment in the iconic horror franchise, directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein. The film introduces Stephanie Reyes, portrayed by Caitlin Santa Juana, a college student plagued by recurring nightmares. Desperate to understand the source of her visions, Stephanie returns home, seeking answers from her grandmother, Iris Campbell, played by Breck Bassinger. As she begins the story of her family's past, Stephanie uncovers a chilling connection to a deadly intuition and the inescapable force of death that has haunted them for generations. The cast also features Teo Briones, Richard Harmon, Owen Patrick Joyner, Raya Keilstedt, and Tony Todd, reprising his role as William Bloodworth.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
Todd's appearance adds a nostalgic touch for longtime fans of the series. The film is praised for revitalizing the franchise with inventive death sequences and a compelling narrative that highlights the origins of death's design. Bloodlines delivers the suspense and inventive fatalities fans expect, while adding depth to the franchise's lore. If you're a fan of supernatural horror with a twist, this installment is a must-watch. 28 years later. Directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland, 28 Years Later is the third installment in the 28 Days Later film series. This post-apocalyptic horror sequel follows a quarantined island community, starring Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Alfie Williams in his feature film debut, and Ralph Fiennes. In the quarantined island, nearly 3 decades after the rage virus outbreak, a 12-year-old Spike ventures into the infected mainland with his father Jamie. Their exploration uncovers new horrors, including mutated, infected, and unpredictable human sex. The film leans into a moodier coming-of-age tone, balancing brutal action with emotional depth. Jodie Comer portrays Spike's ailing mother, Isla, and Ralph Fiennes appears as the enigmatic Dr. Kelson, delivering a key memento amoris moment that struck many viewers. 28 Years Later revitalizes the franchise with a rich atmosphere, strong performances, and emotional stakes. If you appreciate horror that's as thoughtful as it is intense, this is a standout for 2025.
I feel good.